Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday evening from Lisbon High School. It is the District 1 Girls Basketball Semifinals featuring the Maple River Raiders and alongside the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Maple River at 16-4 on the season, the number 1 seed going up against the number 5 seed here for the Warbirds at 10-8 on the year. We'll take a break and we come back. We'll dive into the series matchup. Also recap what happened earlier in this tournament for both the Raiders and the Warbirds. And a reminder, still game 2 of the semifinals coming up after the conclusion of this one with the Sargent County Bulldogs and alongside with the Richland Colts. Back with more after this here on yourliveevent.com.
Been running the same skid steer brand for years? It might be time to take another look. Butler Machinery now offers the newest Cat skid steer models built to compete head-to-head on price without sacrificing performance or durability. Choose the features that fit your operation and your budget. And behind every machine is a Butler team that doesn't clock out when the work does. Real support, real response when it matters most. This season, make the switch to Cat.
New Solid-Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid-Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
As we continue on our pregame show here, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you here on this Saturday night. As the nice thing for the Final Four teams here in the district tournament, a win or loss doesn't necessarily end your season, but a win does advance your season to Jamestown for the region basketball tournament. A loss, then you'll play in a win or go home situation on Monday in a region qualifier. In this series this year, Maple River beat Wyndmere Lidgerwood 50-42 in Tower City back on January the 15th. The Raiders beat the Warbirds twice last year, including a 64-33 win in the District 1 quarterfinals. The Raiders 5-0 against the Warbirds since the 3-division system here in girls basketball. As Maple River, again, the 1, Wyndmere Lidgerwood is the 5. Warbirds have won 7 of 8 and 3 straight, including a overtime win, 45-41 over Hankinson yesterday, in which Paisley Urbis had 22 points and 15 rebounds in the win for the Warbirds. While for the Raiders, they've won 7 of 8 and back-to-back games as they defeated Tri-State 54-38 here for the Maple River Raiders. They were led by the 16 points, 9 rebounds of Sophia Santrum, and 11 points, 3 threes for Carly Hovelson. We continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. When we come back, we'll keep you apprised of what's going on in District 2, recap what happened earlier here in the District 1 girls basketball tournament. That and more still to come on our pregame report, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935, located in Oaks, North Dakota. They sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their clothing and footwear department, featuring the brands of Brothers in Arms, Howitzer, Ariat, Cinch, and Twisted X Footwear. Emery Vistos Implement everything and anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or call 701-742-2167.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
As we come back here on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want at IrieINS.com to get a free quote started today. That again is IrieINS.com. Taking a look here at what happened earlier today. The Hankinson Pirates ousted the Tri-State Tigers 49-36. A balanced attack for the Hankinson Pirates. Hudson Huberg had 10 points in the win. Then also just moments ago, Enderlin upended the Oaks Tornadoes 46-38. Jana Olsen 19 points, 3 threes for the Enderlin Eagles. Maple River, Wyndmere, Lidgerwood, the winner punches their ticket to the Jamestown Civic Center and also plays in the District 1 Girls Basketball Championship game coming up here on Monday night at 7:30. Loser has a date with Enderlin at 6 o'clock in a region qualifier. Later tonight, Sargent County will go up against Richland with the winner to go to the district title game. The loser will play Hankinson to open up our Day 3 coverage here in Lisbon on Monday at 4:30. Earlier today in the District 2 Girls Basketball Tournament, number 5 seed Napoleon Gacko Streeter down South Border 53-29, and the number 7 seed Madonna Pinger Buchanan over Ellendale 48-44. Before we take a look at our keys to the victory, that is our bracket breakdown, again brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy for quality service and service you can count on. Call Page Seed and Agronomy at 701-388-2635 for quality seed and service again. And Page, North Dakota, Page Seed and Agronomy at 701-388-2635. Nick Furch, biggest key to the victory here for both the Raiders and the Warbirds is what in this District 1 semifinal?
I think for Maple River, it's just going to be defending the basketball as much as they can. They did a really good job of getting off to a hot start against Tri-State yesterday afternoon. But being able to play defense is really what was key for that. They caused a lot of turnovers, caused a lot of difficult shots for Tri-State. So they're going to have to be able to do that again here. And for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, I think the biggest thing for them is they're going to have to find some other scoring option other than Paisley Urbis. I think she had 22 or 24 yesterday, the majority of her team's points. Very much a phenomenal performance from Urbis, but you don't want to have to rely on that. One player to watch for is Valerie Mendoza, someone who has been a big scorer for this Wyndmere Lidgerwood team throughout her career. You know, is she going to be able to put on a magical performance to try and upset the number 1 seed here in the district tournament and give Wyndmere Lidgerwood a chance at the district championship game for the first time in the first 3 years of this setting? So really exciting to see just what kind of performance we get out of both of these teams, with Wyndmere Lidgerwood having that overtime thriller yesterday. How do their legs feel in a back-to-back game? As for Maple River, struggled with an 8 seed who played very well, but still a little bit closer than Coach Hoots probably would have liked for that contest. So we'll see how both of these teams start, and that could very much be the key to how this game goes in the long run.
That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. They covered it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to irieins.com to get a free quote started today. Starting lineups, opening tip. That is next.
Ready to move better, feel stronger, and perform at your peak? At Evolve Therapy and Performance in Hankinson, they do more than rehab. They help you evolve. From physical and occupational therapy to wellness services, dry needling, and PEMF, Evolve Therapy and Performance treats the whole you. Athletes, their sports performance training is fully individualized, built around your sport, position, and season. Transform the way you live, play, and feel. Visit Evolve Therapy and Performance in Hankinson and take the next step today.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Hankinson is a very progressive small town that's actually, I would say, growing or thriving rather than dying.
If you have a family, this is a top-notch school system.
Hankinson's a small enough town that you feel secure.
We're able to be self-sustaining by having all of these awesome amenities.
And although Hankinson may be a small town, it has lots of things to keep you entertained or to start a new career.
Find home in Hankinson, North Dakota.
Hi, my name is Julie Falk. I am the owner and pharmacist in charge at Hankinson Drug. We really want to help everyone in the best way that we know how. We do med synchronization, so everyone gets their medication on time. We have mail outs if you need them. We also have gift registry, whether you're getting married or if you're having a child.
Find home in Hankinson, North Dakota.
As we come back here, let's get you ready for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you. Here's the Warbirds averaging 46 points per game. Defensively giving up 42. Will roll like this for head coach Rylan Gutzmer. Macy Gockler, a 5'1 junior guard. Valerie Mendoza, a 5'6 senior. With Reese Hosford, the 5'4 sophomore here tonight for the Warbirds. Callie Frecking, the 5'6 senior, and then Paisley Urbis, the 5'6 sophomore guard. Gockler, Mendoza, Hosford, Frecking, and Urbis, Rylan Gutzmer, and the Warbirds with the mark of 10 wins and 8 losses on this season. As we turn our attention now to the home team on the scoreboard in the Raiders of Maple River, as Maple River at 16-4 on the season, averaging 55 points per game defensively, giving up 45. Will go like this. Sophia Satram, a 5'11" freshman forward, with Carly Holvelson a 5'6" junior guard. Claire Irie, a 5'9" senior forward here for the Raiders. Following Claire is Hallie Bisset, Hallie the 5'7" senior guard, and Abigail Kaloran, Abby for short, the 5'5" sophomore guard. Satram, Holvelson, Irie, Bisset, and Kaloran here for Maple River in their white uniforms, with the Raiders across the front, outlined in red with the blue, while for the Warbirds on their black uniforms, the Vegas gold numerals and lettering, Warbirds across the front. Winner again punches their ticket to the District 1 Championship, but also to the Region 1B tournament. Our officials this evening, Jared Micklejohn, Alex Cleaver, and Jake Schlecht as well, as we get you ready to play for a little District 1 girls basketball here in Lisbon on a Saturday night. Satram in the circle against Urbis, opening tip 1 here by Maple River. Ball goes to Bisset, leaves this one Holvelson, right-handed side. Irie, quick three is up. This one will go long. Rebound on the way will be 1-4 here by Macy Gockler. Warbirds will quickly push this one up in transition Last time they played, the Raiders coming off that injury with Violet Richmond. One of their first games was against these Warbirds in Tower City. Mendoza at the left wing going to attack. He's going to go up off the window for 2. Well, it took Valerie 3 quarters to score in their win against Hankinson. Takes her about 30 seconds to score here in the first quarter against the Raiders.
For Coach Hoots, that's got to be a bit of a nightmare, as you don't want to see her get going.
As Killorn slashes her way to the 10, we're tied at 2 apiece as these two teams come out swinging early on here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Maple River wants to start off strong. They did that in the first game yesterday, and Wyndmere Lidgerwood hoping to combat that here in this one.
Reese Hosford leaves this one up top to Urbis. Urbis trying to get by Satcham. Zings this now to Gockler. There's a traveling violation for Macy. Warbirds 13 of 20 from the free throw line yesterday. They went when they needed to. They hit them in the fourth quarter. They also went and made 4 threes. The Raiders went 6 of 17 from the free throw line, but they hit 8 triples, and a lot of them early against Tri-State. Killorn looking for a teammate, finds one. Hovelson, left wing, rainbow 3. Yes, sir. Hovelson with the triple, her 4th made 3-pointer of the tournament, and the Raiders have their first lead on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, and getting going from beyond the arc, that's going to be huge for Maple River here early on in this one.
As they see this man pressure defense, Gockler left-handed side will handle it now back to left wing. Hosford to Urbis. Urbis looks for a teammate, takes a couple of dribbles, bounce pass right-handed side. Killorn got her hand on that one, and it will be a foul here on Paisley Urbis. Urbis picks up the foul. That'll be her team's first of the opening quarter.
Yeah, and it appears as if B-Set's going to be trying to face guard Mendoza here early on in this one.
Near sideline, Killorn. Warbirds continue to stay out in this zone. Killorn looks for a teammate on the inside. Satcham pops the pass. Good hand defensively here by Frecking. Frecking gets chased down. Mendoza will see this. Zings it to the near side to Gonkler. Able to reverse to Hosford. Race going to get by Killorn, but Killorn walls her off, and Satcham trying to get in front of Urbis. This one's on the deck. Hallie Beeset holds onto that one, and we have the jump ball, and the arrow will stay with Wyndmere Lidgerwood. A couple of interesting offense and defensive situations here will obviously be Urbis going up against Satcham. And as Nick alluded to, who's ever guarding Mendoza, just trying to wall her off and trying to make it difficult for her throughout the course of a game. As Mendoza has 13 seconds on the shot clock, able to spin, takes the screen. Satcham block shot, but it ends up in a pass to Urbis for 2. Warbirds back within 1. Killorn, right-handed side, able to spin. Gives it back up top to Satcham, now to Killorn. Killorn at the right wing, skips this one. Ball goes to the left pocket. Hovelson, 3! Yet again, Carly with 2 from beyond the arc. 8-4, Raiders doubling up the Warbirds early in this one. Mendoza to the right wing, thought about a 3, skips this one. Hosford will see it now. Reese will float one up short. Ball will be loose, and Satcham finds it to Hovelson. Transition to Hallie. Beeset trying to go right to the paint. Getting back defensively is Hosford. A good job by Macy Gonkler, to get back and make it difficult there for Hallie. As Lilo Richmond to sub in, as Claire Irie will check out with 4:50 left to play here in the first quarter, as the Raiders will inbound the basketball. But this is the one thing that the Raiders have done well recently, is hit threes to begin games. Hovelson misses this one. Rebound comes down to Paisley Urbis, her first board of the night.
I think if Hovelson would have hit that one, you would have really opened this game up to start. I mean, 2 for 3, though, not too shabby from beyond the arc for Carly.
Frecking lost the basketball, but getting the ball back is Gonkler, and then there's an over and back violation. So an over and back, as it will go back to the Warbirds here. Warbirds fans were probably saying, hey, once she got her hand on the basketball, that's is eventually when it went to the opposite side. So tough one there from a Warbird perspective, but regardless, the Raiders will see this one. Hallie Beeset 3, that's going to go long. Rebound comes down to Abby Killorn as it hits the deck. As Abby Killorn will see this one. The right-handed side slip pass to Satcham. Satcham with it, right wing, will make a power dribble off to Abby Killorn. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will remain with the Raiders. It's one thing in the zone. You just got to go find someone to box out at times compared to that man pressure defense.
Yeah, and it's those backside rebounds that are sometimes the most difficult.
Inside, Holvelson shot with the left hand. Got it to roll in for two. Holvelson with 8 of the 10 here for the Raiders in this first quarter of play.
Holvelson, one of those players that since Violet Richmond went out has really had to step up, and boy, has she stepped up here in these first game plus of the district tournament.
Gockler shot, no. Rebound comes down to Kaloran, and Kaloran wants to run the other side of the floor as the Raiders find it left wing. Here goes B-set inside Sachem. Sachem power dribble, able to find it up top to Kaloran. Skip it to B-set, back up top now to Holvelson. Finds it to Lila Richmond as the Raiders moving the ball quickly around this zone. They find it to Hallie, left pocket, three! Rattle it in! B-set with the triple, her third of the tournament. The Raiders, like we talked about, the first quarter has kind of been the old knockout punch of what they've been trying to do to teams. The good news here for the Warbirds is you're still only down by 9, but B-set able to get the steal. Hallie goes the other side. Good bounce pass to Holvelson. Missing. Rebound. Satram putback is in for 2. And a timeout on the floor. It's all Raiders early on here in the first quarter. 2:56 to play in the District 1 semifinal quarter 1. Raiders up by 11.
Crossroads Electric is committed to providing solutions for every customer. They know that each customer is different, which is why all of their services can be easily customized. Whether it is heating, ventilating, or air conditioning, let the team at Crossroads Electric take care of you from residential, commercial, or ag electric work. With offices in Milner and Lisbon, Crossroads Electric serves Sargent, Ransom, Richwood, Dickey, and Lemoore counties. Call Crossroads Electric today for your professional-grade low-level coal monitor at 701-427-4328.
Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. Banking should feel personal, and at Bank North, it does. They're proud to be local, supporting teams and communities they serve. Visit banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Holvelson with 8, B-set 3, 2 for Sachem and Kaloran. Raiders led by the 2, the Warbirds led by the 2 of Mendoza and Paisley Urbis so far, but the Warbirds down by double digits, work to do in front of them with over 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. Frecking takes the ball screen, uses up that dribble. Frecking bounce pass, finds it to Urbis, guarded there by Aaliyah Hanig, as Hanig will see this one back to Paisley, as Urbis sees it up top to Reese Hosford. Hosford hard dribbled right wing. Urbis right hand side trying to get by Hanig. Double team comes. Good bounce pass around the world. Frecking tees up a 3, is up and book it. Kelly Frecking with her first 3-pointer of the tournament.
Very good defensive possession there by Maple River, but good job by Wyndmere Lidgerwood, waiting for the right moment to take that shot.
Hanig turnaround on the interior, and Hanig comes off the bench to spell Satram, and she scores 2 points, and there's the answer for the Raiders. Full court pressure defense as the Warbirds will see this front court. They see it at the top of the key. Now to Urbis. Urbis, couple of dribbles here on Hanig, able to spin, drive, kick left wing to Hofford. Extra find a Gonkler 3-pointer up and no. Rebound here for Lila Richmond on the inside. Kaloran, baseball pass up the floor. Holvelson, 2 hard dribbles, and it's an offensive foul. She got enough of the extension of the forearm there for Holvelson, her first, team's first. And the Warbirds right now, Nick, sometimes it's the old, you got to take a punch and then get off the mat and come back, and that's kind of what the Warbirds need to do to close out this first quarter.
I think the other thing, too, is just the way that Maple River has been shooting in the first game and so far here in the first quarter. That 2-3 zone, it makes you wonder how long can Wyndmere Lidgerwood stay in it defensively, because if you can outshoot a 2-3 zone, it makes it real difficult to stay in that as a team.
Warbirds bring this one up to Frecking, right-handed side, guarded there by Richmond. Back up top as they see it now with Loretta Quam. Quam left wing, now to Hosford. Reese with the basketball here, a couple of dribbles, gets walled off by Holvelson. Back up top with the shot clock working to single digits. Hofford at the high post goes through the hands of Holvelson. Now with 5 seconds, back to Quam. Quam with 3. Quam gets the shot off the side of the rim, no good. Hanig with the loose ball, and the Raiders' defense was suffocating. Maple River front court here for Carly Holvelson to Kaloran. Abby back up top to Carly. Holvelson finds Kaloran. Kaloran will cut inside, off the window, got it to go. Abby Kaloran now with 4.
Another impressive start here for Maple River.
Yeah, Kaloran just a cutter and a slasher here for the Raiders offensively as they see this to Frecking. Frecking top of the key. Here comes a double team. Lila Richmond got her mid on it. Back in the backcourt to Frecking. Frecking front court, lost it off her shoe, and a turnover for the Warbirds. You don't really see a trap in the middle of the court too often, but Richmond and Kaloran pulled it off perfectly.
Well, and I think also it just surprised them there at the top, just not expecting to have that kind of defensive pressure.
Irie and Overland back in here for the Raiders as the Warbirds will stay out in this 2-3 zone. Kaloran left-handed side to Richmond as the Raiders can hold for the final shot of the potential quarter. Claire Irie gives this one back to Kaloran, left wing Richmond. As game clock gets to 9 seconds, Kaloran at the right wing, crossing over, gets inside the paint to Richmond. Left pocket, here comes Irie. It's a sealed three. That's going to go long. Rebound here to Quam, and that's how we'll end our first quarter of play. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Raiders lead it by 12.
Hometown Community Bank serves both the Hope Page and Maple Valley School Districts in Page and Fingal, North Dakota. If you're interested in an ag loan, real estate, consumer, commercial, or HELOC, give Dwight a call at either branch location. Reach out to Janine about investing in a certificate of deposit or save by opening a money market account. Proudly supporting the Maple River Raiders and wishing the athletes and coaches a successful year. Hometown Community Bank is an equal housing lender and member of the FDIC.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank. Maple River leads it by 12 behind the 8 points of Hovelson. Hovelson to Satcham, left-handed side Hanig. The Raiders will stay in this 2-3 zone, working on top with Mendoza and alongside with Hofford. With it now is going to be Hovelson. Pop pass to Satcham, up and over Hanig. Reverse it left wing. Good hand defensively by Hofford as it's a turnover. That'll be the third of the game for the Raiders.
Hofford, one of the many 8th graders that we have seen so far in this District 1 tournament. One of those players that going to be real exciting to see her, to get to watch her as she grows up here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
Unfortunately for the Warbirds, they turn the ball back over. Hovelson top will leave it to the baseline. Irie back to Satcham here. Mendoza being very aggressive. It goes out of bounds and will remain Raider basketball as Gockler to check in here for Hayden Hofford. Warbirds led by the 3 points by Callie Frecking in that first quarter of play. Hovelson up top to Hanig. Hanig leads it to Overland. Right wing back to Irie here as Hovelson able to see this one, but a little too far for Shelby. Turnover at number 4 for Maple River. Warbirds the number 5 seed against the 1 seed Maple River here in the District 1 tournament. Still with another game to go tonight in another semifinal, the 2-3 matchup of Sargent County and Richland. Ball gets swung around to Quam as Loretta will handle this one, looking for a cutting Mendoza. This one gets on the back cut to Frecking. Frecking will see this on the little weave now to Mendoza, guarded by Satcham. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Mendoza at the high post. Irie comes here to hedge her off. There's the double. Good hand defensively. Pinballs around on the deck, and eventually Mendoza finds it to Quam. Urbis looks at the shot clock with 3. Gets the shot off to beat the horn. Yes, it does. Urbis now with 4.
I think one of the big things we've seen here first quarter and change for Maple River is the way they've been able to put pressure on the ball, making it very difficult for Wyndmere Lidgerwood to feel comfortable on the offensive end.
On the opposite side, Mendoza says pressure. I can show you some pressure. It goes to Gockler, other side off the window. Shot, no rebound. Urbis, and there's a foul. Paisley Urbis to the free throw line to shoot 2, 4 points and 2 rebounds. Foul assessed here on Maple River's Aaliyah Hanig. Her first, team's first of the quarter. And the Warbirds again went 13 of 20 from the free throw line. Urbis was 6 of 8 in the win for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, as she will shoot 2 here for the Warbirds. And so far that 2-3 zone, particularly in the second quarter, I think it's more so the activeness of the two on top of the zone, Nick, that's made it difficult, forcing already 3 Maple River turnovers.
And, you know, we saw yesterday they got off to a 16-0 start against Tri-State, and that's kind of where it hung around for most of the game. So, you know, they want to try and avoid a repeat of that here against Wyndmere Lidgerwood in the semifinal.
Shot's going to be off the mark. Rebound comes down to Frecking. Right pocket 3 for Loretta. That'll go long. Ball is loose, and look at Sophia Satcham. Oh, my Lord. Satcham beats everybody down the floor. She came out of the gates on a 50-meter indoor, and Hallie Bisek gets the steal the other side. It's loose, and it will be Raiders basketball. What got into Satcham? That was like a shot out of a cannon.
Absolutely. She was underneath the rim on one end and underneath the rim on the other end in about 3 seconds. That was a crazy athletic play there by Satcham.
B-set right-handed side, gives it to Kaloran. Up top now to Satcham. Able to rifle this one as they work it now to B-set. Hallie step through as Gonkler trying to get the steal. Back to Kaloran. Kaloran left wing to Hovelson. Abby gives it to Satcham. Nice find. Hallie will rise the 3 off the iron. Long rebound. Hovelson able to chase it down and have a reset here for the Raiders. Kaloran with a runner inside the paint, up and in. Kaloran with 6 here for the sophomore.
Great touch there on that floater. Sometimes you let the speed of yourself kind of force too much pressure on that basketball.
Gonkler's going to pick up the foul, her first. That'll be the team's first of the second quarter, and Hovelson has put her fingerprints all over this district tournament so far through 5.5 quarters, 8 points, coming off an 11-point performance, and she's also hit 5 threes so far here between a game and a half. B-set, Satcham, Irie, Kaloran, Hovelson, and Satcham again here for the Raiders. Kaloran's an attack. Nice slip pass interior to Satcham for 2. Satcham's got 6 and a honey of a pass there by Abby. Warbirds trailed it by 15 as Hosford quickly breaks the press, gives it to Quam, but she 1-2 stepped the old Sierra song. That'll be a turnover. Be number 8 here for the Warbirds. Mendoza with Race Hosford. You have Frecking, Quam, and alongside with Jenna Quam and Loretta Quam on the floor here for the Warbirds. Trailing it by 15 right now. Dangerous time of the game. Here from the Warbirds' perspective, you can't dig yourself too much more of a hole in this one against the Raiders. Well, the Raiders, as we talked about in the first quarter, kind of looking for that early knockout here in the semifinals if they can do so. B-set right wing, little nail pick here to Kaloran, bounce pass, and this will be a foul underneath with 12 seconds on the shot clock on Mendoza. Valerie's first and the team's second. Raiders with 6 points in the quarter. Warbirds with 3, all of them by Paisley Urbis here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Kaloran. We'll see this on the pass to Satcham. Satcham finds it to Irie, right wing three-pointers, up and in! Irie tickles a twine from 19-9, and the Warbirds now down by 18. Loretta Quam with the pass to Mendoza. This one goes towards the Raider bench and a turnover.
And you could tell that the Warbirds are all out of sorts here early on in this first half, and credit Maple River, the way that they've been able to put pressure on them in the full court, put them in the half court. It's been very impressive on the defensive end.
You would say this is what a number 1 seed should look like a little bit here in terms of earning that number 1 seed. Be set to the right wing. This will go into the back court. Hovelson saves it before it goes over and back situation. Hovelson's pass gets intercepted. Warbirds now want to run the other side of the floor. They got numbers. Hosford left in its side. We'll see it to Segura, who just checked in. Wyndmere Lidgerwood with Jenna Quam. Back to the left wing to Hoffert. Hoffert back up top to Segura. As Segura will see it left in its side back to Jenna. Quam slip pass on the interior. This is deflected. Hovelson will come away with it. Hovelson will slow it down now for the Raiders. Finds it to Kaloran. Kaloran inside the paint, up and in for 2. Kaloran's got 8. As much as we can talk about the offense here, Nick, it starts with the defense here for the Raiders as well. And there it is yet again. Satcham, Irie hard dribble, throws it up, and she gets fouled. Claire Irie will head to the free throw line. The Warbirds with 11 first half turnovers, and it results now for Irie with 2 free throws upcoming. Frecking with the foul, her first, team's third.
You know, one thing we were worried about is Maple River got off to a hot start yesterday, and weren't really able to keep it going, and you could tell that that was a big focal point for them going into this second quarter today. Keep the foot on the gas and really try to put a team away early.
12-point quarter so far, and it's been balanced scoring. You got 8 points for Hovelson, 8 points for Kaloran, and then from there 6 points for Satram. Irie trying to get to 5, and she does. So you get this kind of scoring early for a team that averages 55 points per game. They're well on their way to a 60.9 if they can continue this offensive performance. Well, for the Warbirds, said it when it was 25-10. It was a dangerous time of the game. It's been a 7-0 run since then over the last minute 40.
And where are they going to find the offense?
Gonkler left and its side. We'll see it to Frecking. Frecking with a couple of hard dribbles, able to spin on Kaloran here. Find it to Hosford now. Hosford back up top to Frecking. Frecking back to Segura. Segura 5 seconds on the shot clock. Runner, block shot by Irie. Goes to Gonkler's hand. Shot no. Rebound loose, and Hovelson will come away with it. Hovelson up the floor as the Warbirds hit the deck. It's a 5-on-3. Hovelson skips inside to Irie. Irie turnaround shot no. Rebound comes down to Frecking. Our Warbirds catch a break. Can they get it within 18, maybe 16 before the half? This would help. Segura shot no. Rebound and a foul underneath. And this will be on either Richmond or Hovelson. The foul line, Hovelson, her second in the team's third. That'll be a team's third of the half, second of the quarter, as Hallie Bisset will check in for Hovelson with those 2 personal fouls. The only player at the moment in foul trouble. Everybody else with 1 or none between the two teams. Warbirds see this one. Kaloran gets the steal. Kaloran works with it the other side of the floor. Segura gets on the deck, and Kaloran somehow muscles her way with the basketball. Bisset right wing. Finding now to Lila Richmond. Back to Hallie. Hallie sees it as the Raiders will set up the offense here with under 2 minutes to play in the opening half. As Kaloran, a little 1-4 low set, and there's a foul by Gonkler, her second team's fourth. One player that's really stood out today here, Nick, is the sophomore Kaloran. She's got 8 points, and she's been a cutting machine inside the paint.
Yeah, been aggressive and really forcing Wyndmere Lidgerwood to, if anything, collapse on her, and I think that'll just open up more opportunities for those extra passes like that.
As we see this one missed by Hannah, gets a tossle for underneath, a tie-up, and right on cue, as Nick said, just a textbook ankle cross that forces the help to come. But if you don't help the helper, you get the bigs on the block, and Nathan Hoots will take that all evening long. 95 seconds to play here in the opening half. Warbirds 3 points here again in the quarter, all by Paisley Urbis, and that was early on in the second quarter as well. Right-handed side goes right wing. This one goes back up top. There's a three-pointer block that goes right to Quam's hands, and it will not be on the continuation, as a foul will be on the floor here on the Raiders with Claire Irie. Unfortunate there for the Warbirds, because that looked pretty in person.
Absolutely the correct call. It was on that rebound attempt where she kind of wrapped her around the waist. But, yeah, for Wyndmere Lidgerwood fans, you really wish that would have been an and-one opportunity.
Macy Gonkler gets 2 points here on the board. The second field goal of the quarter for the Warbirds. Kaloran left wing to Bisset. Hallie will handle this one now left the key as she weaves her way around the world to Lila Richmond. Skip it to Kaloran. Kaloran will see this one. Looking for a teammate, able to spin, and a reach and foul, and will line them up for the bonus on the wraparound foul by Gonkler. Her third, team's fifth, and Kaloran at the line to shoot 2.
Good job keeping that pivot foot there for Kaloran. She kind of got spun around, but that left foot stayed planted right there on the hardwood, and now she's going to be rewarded with an opportunity at the free throw line.
As Kaloran and the Raiders, this will be their third and fourth free throw attempts of the quarter, and so far they're 3 of 3 from the line. Satcham to check in, while coming in is Jenna Quam. Maple River, an awfully impressive first half of play. I think no matter who they would play, in terms of if they can play like this, they'll feel like they can be in a lot of ball games throughout the rest of this month, and try to see if you can play in March in that first weekend at the state tournament at the Mounted State Dome. That's the goal for all these teams still alive, to get to the Magic City. Segura will walk with the basketball. That will be the 9th turnover of the quarter for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Coming up at the half, brought to you in part by Farmers Union David Bergman Agency. Take a look at the first half numbers, recap what happened earlier in the day, and get you set for a second semi. Kaloran ankle cross, slithers her way, left-handed shot, no. Rebound comes down to Loretta Quam. Quam finds it to Frecking here. Frecking will shake and bake, move to Segura. Segura right-handed side finds a cutting teammate here to Jenna Quam from the right block. No rebound, tipped out right to Hosford. 17-footer is up. That'll be off the mark. A loose ball by Segura. No, and Richmond will come away with it. A couple of grade A looks that go awry for the Warbirds. And Maple River trying to put an exclamation point here on the first half with the Kaloran step through, and there's the exclamation point. Kaloran's got 12, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Segura just will hold on to it. That's how we'll end our first half of play. It's the Maple River Raiders 36, the Warbirds of Wyndmere Lidgerwood 12, as we head to the half. Brought to you in part by David Bergman Agency in Oaks and Foreman.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At IRE Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact IRE Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Milner Grain understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
On our halftime show, brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance, David Bergman Agency. From life to farm to home and more. Get in contact with David Bergman Agency at 701-724-6252. That's 724-6252. Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you on a Saturday night. Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours. I hope you got some chocolate. 19-7 ends the Maple River Raiders. Right now, they are definitely sweet. It's 19 points in the first quarter, 17 in the second. Warbirds are 7 points in the first 8 minutes and 5 points in the second quarter here for the Warbirds. Maple River team numbers, 6 turnovers, 10 rebounds. They're 4 of 4 from the stripe, 6 players in the scoring column, and they hit 4 threes. Well, for the Warbirds, they have 13 first-half turnovers, 4 players in the scoring column, 1 3-pointer, 9 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Individually, the Raiders, led by the 12 points of Abigail Kaloran, choose 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Couple of assists and 2 rebounds here for Kaloran. Hovelson, 8 points, all of her damage early in the first quarter with 2 threes. 6 points for Sophia Satcham with 3 rebounds. 5 points for Claire Irie, 2 of 2 from the line. 3 points with Hallie Bisset and 2 points for Aaliyah Hannig. Warbirds led with a 5 of Paisley Urbis, 5 points and 2 rebounds. 3 points for Kelly Frecking. You got 2 for Gockler and 2 for Mendoza as well. The Warbirds and the Raiders up by 24. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at our keys to the second half and our bracket breakdown. That's still to come here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Racing returns to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota. Save the date for Tuesday, June 30th. World of Outlaws late models. Start to finish, Ada Building Center Showdown presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. And a season schedule filled with the return of the Wysota Modifieds, NLRA late models, IMCA Modifieds, Race Savers Sprints. It's Thursday night racing at NCR. For the full Norman County Raceway schedule, visit ncraceway.com. Performance Ag west of Borup with Eric today. And Eric, you've been around since 2013.
We're a full-service agronomy center. We have the fertilizer, seed chemical, liquid fertilizer. We got our water there, and we'll have everything right in close proximity now with that new addition to our fertilizer building. Like we like to say at Performance Ag, we don't want all the business, just yours. So the best way to reach me is my cell number. It's 701-799-0356.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we get to our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy, located in Page, North Dakota. Get in contact with Page Seed and Agronomy for quality seed and service you can count on by calling 701-388-2635. Earlier tonight, Hankinson over Tri-State 49-36. Hudson Hubrig with 10 points in the win for the Pirates, and Enderling downed Oaks 46-38. Jana Olsen 19 points and 3 threes in the win for the Enderlin Eagles. Winner of this game has the winner of our next contest on Monday night at 7:30. That is Sargent County and Richland on the on-deck circle. The loser of this will play the Enderlin Eagles at 6 o'clock, while the loser of the Bulldogs and the Colts will play the Hankinson Pirates at 4:30 on Monday. That's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. Call 701-388-2635 and get in contact with Page Seed and Agronomy, located in Page, North Dakota. Chase Miller, Nick Furch with you. Nick, biggest thing is what as we move into the second half, and I'm guessing Maple River, it's second versus same as the first, as the song, so to speak, says.
Defense, defense, defense. I mean, if you want to be able to win this time of the year, postseason basketball, you got to be able to defend, got to be able to put pressure on a team and really get them uncomfortable. And Maple River's been doing that from the jump, really making it difficult for Wyndmere Lidgerwood to get anything going. Not only has it disrupted shots, but it's gotten turnovers. Turnovers had led to points on the other end. So very impressive defensive effort here by Maple River. And also on the other side of that, too, offensively, they're hitting shots from deep. That's opening things up down low. Kaloran's having a phenomenal first half of basketball. I expect to see much of the same here in the second half. And on the side of Wyndmere Lidgerwood, it's a big deficit. How can you try and cut this in half in the third quarter? You're not going to get all of them back in one go. How do you try and cut this in half and at least give yourself a chance going into the fourth quarter to be able to advance to a district championship game? That's our keys to the second half, and that does it for our halftime show, brought to you in part by David Bergman Agency. Get in contact with David at 701-724-6252. That's David Bergman Agency, servicing both the Foreman and Oaks and surrounding communities. Back at the second half for our District 1 semifinals, Maple River up by 24.
We offer the greatest broadband that anyone can subscribe to. And that's because of the infrastructure that we have been able to build over the last decade. We're talking 10 gigabit per customer. That's the network we're building. There's days I think about, what's the network going to be after I retire? Where it continues to evolve, and if it evolves as much as what it has in the last 73 years, we can't even dream what it's going to be in the future.
Are you looking for the perfect hardwood for your next winter project? Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro has exciting news. Hardwood is now available in the Red River Valley only at Cywick. Whether you're a crafter, woodworker, or hobbyist, they have what you need to make your project. Choose from 3 convenient thicknesses and a beautiful variety of woods: red oak, cherry, white oak, hard maple, walnut, hickory, and poplar. Get started on your next masterpiece with the help of Cywick Lumber and Hardware, Hillsboro.
Quality education, affordable tuition, student opportunities. That's the Viking promise. Valley City State University. Discover yourself here at VCSU. Visit today. A university that knows your name. Personal relationships with your professors. The tools to help you succeed. That's Valley City State University. Trusted name, affordable degrees. Visit today.
Imagine your life in Hillsboro, a place where neighbors know your name and opportunities are real. Here, you'll find affordable home lots and grants to help you build your future. In Hillsboro, safety, affordability, and community aren't just promises, they're our way of life. With a 24-hour fitness center, a strong school system, a trusted hospital, and a thriving business district, Hillsboro has everything you need to live well. Here, your family is our family, and your future shines bright. Discover Hillsboro, where small-town living means big opportunities.
Second half action here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Nick Furch, and you on a little Valentine's Saturday night. Satcham able to spin on the inside, up and in for 2. Sophia Satcham, she's got 8. Full court pressure defense, and this is what kind of doomed the Warbirds as they fling this one up the floor to Mendoza. No one was able to find Hosford. That'll work going forward against the press. Hosford with their first field goal of the evening, so we tried field goals just like we did to begin the game here in the second half. Satcham high off the window, follows her own shot, put back no. Rebound again, and eventually going to be tied up with underneath. And for the Warbirds, as what Nick said, you're not going to get all 24 points back in one possession. How can you have a 5-2 run stacked on a 7-2 kind of a run and just keep it ballooning going forward against a team that has a full court press? As Mendoza guarded by Bisset. That's been a fun matchup tonight, Nick, as you alluded to back in our first half.
Yeah, Bisset, I've seen her a couple of times this year, and the way that she plays defense is just so valuable for this Raiders team, and trying to lock up the best player no matter who it is a very impressive feat.
This will be an offensive charge here on Hallie Bisset. On Mendoza with Bisset on the guard right on cue. Mendoza picks up her second, team's first.
And one thing I noticed, the last half-court set here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they were playing more of a man-to-man defense. We saw mostly 2-3. It looks like maybe they're going to stay in that man-to-man defense.
Right-handed side with Kaloran, and rightfully so when the Raiders hit 3 threes in the first quarter against that 2-3 zone. They've hit 4 so far here tonight. On this little weave, Kaloran left-handed side back up top to Hovelson. Hovelson lost it. It's on the deck. Gonkler able to get it now to Reese Hosford, as it's 2-on-2, and the Warbirds see the Raiders get back well defensively. Right wing as it goes, now to Macy Gonkler, finds a cutting Reese Hosford, who nearly gets the end one. Hosford to the free throw line to shoot 2, foul assessed on the Raiders, as this one will be on Kaloran, her first in the team's first of the third quarter.
Yeah, good to see Hosford being aggressive. Got a bucket early, and now another chance here at the free throw line for Hosford.
As Reese will toe the stripe, the Warbirds shot just 2 free throws in the first half of play. Hosford hits this one. Wyndmere Lidgerwood now 2 of 3 from the free throw line as a team in the game. Free throw attempt number 2 is up and in. Reese with all 4 points here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in the third quarter for the Warbirds, down by 22. Homelson front court. Carly takes a screen by Satcham. Driving kick, Bisset, right pocket 3 for Hallie's long. Rebound here for Satcham underneath. Power dribble comes up short. Satcham continues to work. 8 points, 6 rebounds, and now she'll have 2 free throw attempts as Kelly Frecking her second, team's third. And the old adage, sometimes it's tougher to box out someone underneath. You have to immediately get a body on them, otherwise you result in what Sophia Satcham did, which is free throw attempts here, Nick.
Yeah, turned from defending a shot to boxing out a shooter, and that's that's really difficult, especially going up against a 5'11 player like Satcham when you don't really have much height to compete with that on the other end.
Warbirds back down by 24 here. Wyndmere Lidgerwood brings in the front court with Frecking. Frecking right-handed side. Santrum now in double digits with 10 for the Raiders. Quam tiptoes her way to the right wing, getting walled off there by Santrum. Back out to Mendoza and a foul here for B-Set. Hallie with her first, the team's second of the quarter. You got 4 points so far for the Raiders and 4 points for the Warbirds. And after 2 minutes at the half, it's still the same margin. And if you're Maple River, you'll take the bucket for a bucket situation. Little flex cut here. This one goes to Gockler. High. Rainbow shot is up and in. Gockler's got 4 and give the assist to Hopsford. Warbirds, this is about the best we've seen them look offensively here to open up the second half. That's the good news. Left-handed side, B-Set inside Satcham. Satcham up and in, and Satcham continue to feed the freshman forward. She's got 12.
Yeah, the good news for Wyndmere Lidgerwood is their offense is looking better. The bad news for Wyndmere Lidgerwood is Sophia Satcham is coming out of the locker room playing very well.
Loretta Quam will check out of the game as Paisley Urbis will check in as the Raiders right now get the turnover. That's the first of the second half for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Skip near side, Irie interior. Here goes Satcham. Double comes late. Satcham left hand, no. She continues to work for it, and Satcham tips it to a teammate one more time, but eventually getting there is Hosford. So Reese, we'll see at the other side. Mendoza right of the key, guarded here by Hallie B-Set. Warbirds, little cut and drive offense here as Urbis is going to drive. There's the foul and 2 shots. Satcham with her first, team's third as Urbis will head to the free throw line, and going back to Satcham. Pretty easy offense, Nick. 4 out, 1 in, and if you're not going to double, Satcham going to try to go to work on the interior immediately.
Yeah, and she's been very successful, and we haven't seen Urbis much since that second quarter when she got fouled and shot free throws. She came down on her ankle a little weird and came limping off the floor. Good to see her back out there, going 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Hopefully she stays healthy and can just give this Warbird team a chance here the final 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Urbis with 6 points right now as Holvelson makes her way to the short corner. Good hedge and good read by Mendoza, that is, for the steal. 8 turnover for the Raiders. Frecking front court now for Wyndmere Lidgerwood will handle this one. Slips it past to Urbis, left-handed side. Paisley ripping it through on Sophia as Kaloran comes to double team. Back up top, here's a Hosford 3 off the front iron. Good box out for Carly Holvelson, her third. Holvelson, left-handed dribble inside the paint, flips it to B-Set in transition. Oh, what a play! B-Set with 6, give Holvelson the assist, and a timeout on the floor. We'll break as well. 4:27 left in the third.
Before the farming season moves forward, there's one important decision to make. Every year brings unknowns: weather, markets, yields. Multi-peril crop insurance helps protect the work you put in long before harvest. The MPCI crop insurance closing deadline is March 16th. At Irie Insurance, we've helped generations of farmers plan ahead with confidence. Let's make sure you're ready. Contact Irie Insurance for guidance you can trust.
Time on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bank North, a hometown bank focused on relationships, local decisions, and community support. That, again, is banknorth.bank. Timeout here for the Raiders. They'll have 4 remaining after the B-Set 3. Maple Rivers hit 5 3-pointers here this evening. As the Warbirds left in its side, Paisley Urbis looking for the answer 3. That goes just off the front iron. Rebound is Sophia Satcham. She's got her 8th board. Holvelson in the front court finds a trailing Kaloran. Kaloran slip pass inside Satcham. Block shot by Mendoza. Where did Valerie come from? As Hosford will see at the other side. Good job by Mendoza. She gets the ball back here offensively for the Warbirds. As Mendoza taking the screen by Frecking. B-Set able to work over it. Mendoza to the paint, and Satcham delivers the block. It's on the deck end. We'll see this one underneath, and the arrow goes to the Raiders. So a block by Mendoza, a block by Satcham, as these two teams are trading defensive punches here in the third quarter.
Oh, and that was a very impressive block there by Satcham to be able to get contact with the basketball and not fouling with the body, as you often see on plays like that. And then just a good job of hustling and forcing that jump ball.
B-Set to Holvelson. Holvelson sees this one back to Hallie as Kaloran at the top of the key will handle the rock. Kaloran, couple of dribbles here as the Raiders set up offensively. Right-handed side, Hovelson to the right wing, up and over the pass to Satcham. Here comes the double. Hovelson to the right short corner, gets the shot off short, rebound to Frecking. Callie's third board of the game, but the Warbirds again, 7 points in the first quarter, 5 points in the second, and so far here 7 points in quarter number 3. Mendoza power dribble on the inside. Another rip by Kaloran and Satcham as Kaloran's going to work the other side of the floor. It's to Hovelson here. Hovelson bounce pass off the left hand of Frecking as the Raiders are going to bring in 3 fresh new players of Hanig, Richmond, and Overland. While on the opposite side, Loretta Quam will check in for the Warbirds. As much as we talked about the balanced scoring here for the Raiders, I keep going back to here, Nick, the defense. The Raiders have played tonight, haven't made it easy on Wyndmere Lidgerwood on that side of the floor.
No, I mean, we talked about Mendoza not scoring until the fourth quarter in the game yesterday and scored the first 15 or so seconds of this one and has yet to get off even a good shot attempt since that moment. So Maple River doing a great job of making everybody uncomfortable, whether it be Mendoza, Urbis, or the like. Very impressive move there, though, by Callie Frecking, just unable to finish.
Frecking misses that one. Richmond able to get the rebound. That's her third. And for Maple River right now, they can run an offensive set. Up by 26 points here in the District 1 semifinals. Raiders looking for their third straight year to make it to the District 1 championship as Irie shoots a rainbow 3 that finds a pot of gold. Irie's got 8, her 5th three-pointer of the tournament. 48-19 as the Raiders, the defending District 1 tournament champs 2 years ago, lost to Sargent County. This one is short off the miss by Quam. Rebound by Hanig, and the Raiders want to push. Hovelson trying to beat everybody down the floor. Good step. They're off the window and count it. Carly Hovelson now with 10.
Little Euro step there for Hovelson, and what an impressive finish. Way to run the floor there for Carly.
Said it in the very first game and also earlier tonight. It's one thing to have a good start. It's another thing to keep the gas on the floor, so to speak, and that's exactly what the Raiders have done here. 14 points in the quarter as the freshman Allie Kaloran will check in. Hovelson to the free throw line, right-handed tosses up and good. Hovelson now with 11 points here. She had 11 points back yesterday in their win over Tri-State. They scored 54 against the Tigers. They almost have that here in the third quarter. Hosford, right wing, will sling this one now to Frecking. Frecking jumper from 13 is short. Ball goes out of bounds, going to be saved, and eventually to Richmond as they want to run yet again. Hovelson trying to beat everybody down the floor. Good job by Hosford getting back well defensively, and the Warbirds will handle this one to Frecking. Good hustle there by Reese as the Warbirds got the ball back. Also, they didn't give up a field goal as they give a go here to Urbis and a block shot, but foul here by Hanig. Her second, team's 4th, and free throws upcoming for Paisley Urbis. Urbis to the free throw line to shoot 2, and also a note, it's also around that 30-point mark again when talk about mercy rule here. If you get to 30 or more to start the fourth quarter, it's running clock as Urbis hits the free throw. So the Warbirds trying to negate that. A couple of substitutions with Hayden Hoffert and Jenna Quam will check in. Hovelson will check out, with Abby Kaloran to come back into the game here for the Raiders. Free throw attempt number 2 for Urbis is good. 3 points in the quarter. She's got 8 in the game, and the Warbirds down by 30. Abby Kaloran in the front court as Overland posting up on the interior. Ball gets swung to Hanig. Back to Abby as this one going to be stolen away. Urbis trying to beat everybody down the floor. Right-handed scoop for 2. Now in double digits with 10 points off of a turnover there as the Warbirds only get 2 quick ones yet again here by Urbis. Kaloran to Kaloran as Allie gives this one back to Abby here. As Abby able to shovel this to Lila Richmond. Richmond with the pass looking for Overland. Good hand defensively. It's still loose eventually. Abby Kaloran will come away with it. Give way to Allie. Allie on the little nail pick, right wing to Lila Richmond. Abby Kaloran inside to Overland. Overland with the rock. Gives it back to Kaloran with 5 seconds. Kaloran bounce pass. Overland and she gets fouled. Shelby, the 5'8 freshman forward, to the line to shoot 2. Foul comes on Hayden Hoffert, her first in the team's 3rd. As Raiders able to go a little bit farther down the bench here as they played 9 players so far here this evening. Overland, the 5'8 freshman, free throw with the right-handed toss is off the mark. Eden Hoffert, the 5'9 freshman, will come in now here for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Free throw attempts. We'll get a lane violation. The question is on who. Is about the right side of the lane. All went across, and they'll say it's on Kaloran first. Just a little bit over the gun.
Sometimes you just want to get that offensive rebound and just jump the gun a bit.
Hosford sees this one left and inside to Jenna Quam. The three-pointer is off the iron, no good. It's loose underneath, and then a traveling violation as Lila Richmond got her hand on the basketball, but then walked with it. Warbirds with Reese Hosford to inbound. Hosford sees this one right wing to Hayden Hoffert. Hoffert back to the left-handed side now for the Warbirds on this little weave. Good pass on the interior. There's a foul. Nice find as Eden Hoffert will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. There's Shelby Oberlin will pick up the foul, her first and the team's 5th. The Bulldog and Richland Colts game going to be a little bit later than the 7:30 start tonight after this one got underway at about 6:20. Free throw here is going to go long for Hofford as Satram and Hovelson check back in as Allie Kaloran and Lila Richmond will check out. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way here for Hofford is going to be long off the iron. It's loose, and eventually trying to save this one was Hosford into the student section, which is made up of both Oaks and Maple River students. Kaloran front court here with 5 seconds. Kaloran with 3, with 2. Kaloran trying to get the shot off, does it short, and that's how we'll end our 3rd quarter of play. On the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Raiders up by 28.
Are you looking for a smarter way to watch TV? Halston Telephone Company introduces HTC Streaming TV. Stream your favorite TV shows using HTC's app-based service on devices like Amazon Fire Stick with cloud DVR included. Get direct access to Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu, and customize your lineup by mixing and matching streaming services that fit your lifestyle and your budget. Call Halston Telephone Company at 800-457-2125 to learn more about HTC Streaming TV, made easy with Halston Telephone Company.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems, or are you working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
Yeah, I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they will come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
As we come back here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future. Go to dhb.bank. It's the Warbirds with the basketball here in the front court, trailing it by 28. Hosford will see this one on the slip, looking on the interior. Hovelson gets it away to Satram as Paisley Urbis kind of got the brunt of that particular play. And now for the Raiders with Abigail Kaloran front court here, crossing over. Hosford trying to stay in front as best as she can and creates a good play. And the shot clock never reset after the ball went towards the Raiders. So they'll have to take a look and probably put it close to around that 22-23 roughly on the clock, as this is a good time to let you know that we're broadcasting from the Farmers Union Insurance David Bergman Agency broadcast booth. From business to crop health and more, get in contact with David Bergman Agency at 701-724-6252. Chase Miller alongside Nick Furch, and they'll put it at 20. As we'll get the substitution as Segura will check into the game. Urbis will check out. I think Rylan Gutzman just to make sure that Paisley's all right. Kaloran gets the ball in the inbound here. High post, zips it to Hovelson. Satram posting up on the interior. Carly making her way, throws this one up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound will be out of bounds. Last touch here for the Warbirds. As we'll see the Raiders to inbound it with a fresh 35. Maple River led by Abigail Kaloran with 12. Satram with 12. And then Hovelson with 11. Well, for the Warbirds, led by the 10 of Paisley Urbis. Satram inside step through off the window for 2. Satram 14 points, 2 boards away from a double-double.
I think the biggest thing here as we start to close out this one is the good news is for Wyndmere Lidgerwood, they got another game. So how can you start playing together and maybe get some momentum or just something going from the floor to help you out on Monday?
As Gockler misses that attempt, rebound by Satcham. Homelson to the right-handed side with the basketball. Carley gives it up top to Kaloran as Kaloran works with it. Here a couple of hard dribbles. Now to Overland. Overland back to Hovelson as Hovelson at the high post able to spin, step through, finds it to Abby. Extra find to Satcham. She wants the three. Line it up and book it. Sophia Satcham, that was 17. Time on the floor. Will break as well. 6:31 left in the fourth.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgriPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. Not new, not national. At Bank North, they're proud to be local. Visit more at banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That was Sophia Satcham's second three-pointer of the season as they see this one right wing off the window, up and in for two for Macy Gockler. Gockler has 6 as the Warbirds are back within 31, but as Nick said, right now with this game, if you're both teams, you want to make sure you come out on the remainder of this one healthy. Also get some experience for some of these younger players as they give it to Overland on the interior. Overland with the step and able to get there is Gockler. And the jump ball, the arrow will stay with Maple River. So right now you got Hannah Bisset, Abby Kaloran, Overland, Aaliyah Hannig, and Ali Kaloran, here on the floor for Maple River. We'll get to the Warbirds here in a second. Hannig on the inside. Triple team comes. Allie is out of bounds. Turnover for the Raiders. Well, right now, Segura, Hosford, Gockler, Frecking on the floor, and Jenna Quam, also a freshman for Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
You know, impressive defensive possession there by Macy Gockler. She was matched up down low with Overland and just playing physical, playing tough, trying to make it difficult for her, and then forcing the turnover on that last trip.
Segura 3, that'll be off the mark as Hallie Bisset will check into the game. A reminder still to come. We'll get to our player of the game. We'll get to our post-game modified post-game report. Bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. That and more is still to come a little bit later on here tonight. And then it'll be the Bulldogs and the Colts to take center stage for part 2 of our semifinals. Bisset with under 5 minutes to play as Maple River, again for a third consecutive season, will find themselves into a District 1 championship. The question will be, is it a third consecutive year against Sargent County or not? Well, for the Raiders, they slip this one inside to Overland. Overland's going to get fouled underneath. Well, for the Warbirds here, taking a look at Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Last year, made it to a qualifier, beat Richland. 2 years ago, made it to a qualifier and beat Enderlin. So it'll be 3 straight years that they've at least made it to a region qualifier in girls basketball. This one works its way to Kaloran. Allie with a fresh 35 after the foul was assessed there on Sophia Segura. Her first and the team's first of the quarter. Allie Bisset to the right wing. Takes the screen by her sister Hannah, looking for the pick and roll inside of Hannah, and Segura says, "I'll take that, thank you," and work with it the other way. Gockler to Hosford, Reese on the inside, Frecking. There's a foul by Hannah. The 5'8 freshman, Hannah Bisset with her first and the team's first. Tegan Bowenstengel, the 5'7 sophomore to check in. Well, Jocelyn Julius and the 5'7 freshman forward will check in here for the Raiders. Able to also see in there. Ball will go right-hand side. Jumper will be off the mark. No good. Rebound to the Warbirds. Put back here for Reese Hosford's up and in. Hosford's got 6. Jenna Quam got the rebound. And Maple River, crazy stat that they've only lost 1 game against district competition in terms of district counter games and district tournament games in the last 3 years here. That 1 loss to Sargent County in the first District 1 girls basketball championship.
And you know that with all the success that they've had here over the years, that is one that Coach Hoots will always have circled anytime he goes against Sargent County. So obviously they still got to take care of business against the Richland Colts. And, if we end up having, round number 3 in that heavyweight fight, it could be a fun one on Monday.
As we'll see the turnover here for Maple River, that'll be their 14th. The Riders averaging 55 points per contest. They're right at that mark right now here with 56. Left wing for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Here's a couple of dribbles. Jumper from the free throw line off the backboard is no good by Edenhofer, but the putback is good by Teagan as Bonenstingle gets in the scoring column here for the Warbirds. Hallie B set front court. We utilize it to the right wing to Hannah. As Maple River will pick up their 17th win of the season for the Raiders. Well, the Warbirds will drop to 10-9 on the year. Hallie B set to Juliuson. Back up top to Hallie. Hallie with a hard dribble, slips this one inside, no, rebounds loose. Hannah will handle it, and the ball will eventually go to Segura, and a foul here on the Raiders. Overland will pick up her second, team second. As we'll see a substitution as Gabby Satcham will check in for Hallie B-Set here. For Maple River, you go back through their win-loss total. 2 years ago, 21-8. Last year, 19-7. And this year, again, picking up win number 17. Three-pointer's good. Sophia Segura with the triple. That's just their second three for the Warbirds. Their first since Kelly Frecking hit one in quarter number 1. Ball will go on the interior. Overland from the left block, and there's a foul. Segura with her second, team second. And we'll line them up here on the way for Shelby Overland to the free throw line to shoot 2 as a freshman, trying to get in the scoring column here this evening. Maple River, if you just joined us, had a really good first half of play. 19-7 outscoring the Warbirds in the first quarter, then 17-5 in the second quarter. Free throw attempt number 2 is also up and in. As the Raiders will win, and also with this, know that they got another week of basketball going to that Region 1B tournament at the Jamestown Civic Center. Shots will be off the mark. Good rebound for a moment by Allie Kalorn as she gets on the deck, and we'll save this one here for the Raiders. What Maple River needs to do is bring the ball up the floor, hold on to it, and they will pick up the win. And they'll win their 8th of their last 9 games here for the Raiders in 3 straight. As Maple River, for a 3rd consecutive season, will make their way to the District 1 Girls Basketball Tournament Championship game and have to wait to see who their opponent is, either in Richland or Sargent County, as the Raiders pick up the win 58-32. Our post-game show is coming up around the corner. That is next.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Red River Valley winters are demanding. The expert heating and plumbing technicians at Bears Home Solutions will keep your home warm, dry, and comfortable all winter long. When winter's chill is in the air,
you need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
As we come back on the post-game show, one of our players of the game brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com is Abigail Kaloran. Abby here with 12 points in the first half, had 10 in the second quarter, and a couple of really nice assists as well for you, Abby. Just what'd you like about your team's aggressiveness after leading by 12 to balloon it to a 24-point lead at the first half?
Yeah, we were just working really good as a team together, and we were just, once we weren't open, we were passing it, moving the ball around, and it was doing really good.
You know, you take a look at the balance scoring yourself with 12. You had Sophia with 17. Carly had 11, 8 points as well here for Claire. Hallie got a couple of threes. What's it like when this team can be that balanced here on the offensive side?
Yeah, it makes it a lot more fun when everyone can score, and we can just count on everyone to contribute.
You forced 13 first half turnovers. What was working for you defensively as much was what was talked about offensively? What do you think worked in the half court defensively here against the Warbirds?
We were all moving our feet really good, not reaching as much as we normally do, and just staying low.
What does it mean for this team, third year of a district tournament and third year that this team has made it to the district championship? What does it mean for this program this season here, Abby?
It just shows how much we've been working for this and how much we can be there.
Okay, last question. Do you like the assist? Do you like the floater? Do you like the cut? What do you like when you kind of make your way inside the paint as a guard?
I just look. If I'm open, I go, and then if it's not there, I just look for someone that's open.
Hey, Abby, congratulations on the win. Best of luck Monday night in title.
Thank you.
Abigail Kaloran, again, Abby for short, joining us here for the Raiders, able to finish with 12 points. We're back with more after this.
Been running the same skid steer brand for years? It might be time to take another look. Butler Machinery now offers the newest Cat skid steer models built to compete head-to-head on price without sacrificing performance or durability. Choose the features that fit your operation and your budget. And behind every machine is a Butler team that doesn't clock out when the work does. Real support, real response when it matters most. This season, make the switch to Cat.
New Solid Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Again, one of our players of the game, Abby Kaloran here, brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Our Agassiz Precision Egg play the contest, the start in the first half, outscoring the Warbirds by 24, 36-12. That was the difference in this one as the Maple River Raiders, again for the third consecutive season, punched their ticket to the District 1 championship on a 36-12 first half of play. That's our play of the game, brought to you in part by Agassiz, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Egg. Visit planterdoc.com. From there, on our post-game show, the Raiders led by the 17 points, 9 rebounds for Sophia Satcham. Kaloran had 12 points here in this one, 11 for Carly Hovelson with 3 rebounds, 8 points for Irie, 6 on the way for Hallie Bisset. Then from there, you had 2 for Shelby Overland and 2 for Aaliyah Hannig. Raiders 9 of 11 from the stripe with 7 3-pointers, 14 turnovers. Warbirds led by the 10 points of Paisley Urbis. You had 6 points for Reese Hosford, 6 for Macy Gockler, 3 on the way for Callie Franking alongside Sophia Segura, 2 points for Mendoza, and 2 points for Tina Bonenstingle. Warbirds hit 2 threes to go 6 of 10 from the line and 15 turnovers. It's now time to get to our bracket breakdown, brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy. So here's what it looks like right now on Monday. The loser of our next game with Sargent County and Richland will play Hankinson at 4:30 in our first of 2 region qualifiers. Warbirds will go up against Enderlin at 6 in our second region qualifier. And then it's Maple River against the winner of the Bulldogs and the Colts in the District 1 Championship at 7:30. That's a bracket breakdown brought to you in part by Page Seed and Agronomy at 701-388-2635. That's 701-388-2635. Coming up next in about 15 minutes, the opening tip with the Colts and the Bulldogs here in the District 1 Girls Basketball Tournament.